Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mardani and I'm from Group 4. Today I would like to discuss about vocabulary, video learning, and example question. In this video is about algebraic equation. For the first, we learning vocabulary. Odd in Indonesian language is ganjil. Odd are whole number that can be divided exactly into pairs. For example, odd positive numbers are 5 and 7 can be divided completely by 2. Even in Indonesian language is genap. Even are whole numbers that able to be divided by 2 into 2 equal whole numbers. For example, even positive numbers are 2 and 4 can be divided completely by 2. Absolute value in Indonesian language is nilai mutlak. Absolute value are magnitude of a real number without regard to its sign. The absolute value of a number might be thought of as its distance from zero. For example, value of absolute value -5 equals 5 because the absolute value represents distance from zero. The answer is non-negative value. Round down in Indonesian language is pembulutan ke bawah. Round down is process to lower a number to the nearest whole number or 10, 100 or 1000 above it. If the number you are rounding is followed by 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4 round the number down. For example, 44 rounded to the nearest 10 is 40. Round up in Indonesian language is pembulutan ke atas. Round up is process to raise a number to the nearest whole number or 10, 100 or 1000 above it. If the number you are rounding is followed by 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, round the number up. For example, 17 rounded to the nearest 10 is 20. Bisector in Indonesian language is garis bagi. In geometry, a bisector is a line that divides something into two equal parts. We can bisect line segment, angles, and more. For example, line stripe OP is the bisector of line segment AB. Centroid in Indonesian language is pusat. Centroid is the center point of the object. For example, the centroid of a triangle is the intersection of the three medians of the triangle, each median connecting a vertex with the midpoint of the opposite side. Median. In geometry, a median of a triangle is a line segment joining a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side, thus bisecting that side. Every triangle has exactly three medians, one from each vertex, and they all intersect each other at the triangle centroid. Finite in Indonesian language is terbatas. The set has a starting point and then end point, but then the set is finite. But if it has no starting point or ending point, then the set is an finite set. For example, B is the set of even numbers. Infinite in Indonesian language is tak terbatas. Infinite is a point or end that is unknown and difficult to explain, and that's why it is called infinity. For example, A is an even set more than 20. Uh, we are starting a video learning. So, a question is create a graph of the linear equation 5x plus 2y equals 20. The line is essentially the set of all coordinates, all x and y's that satisfy this relationship right over here. So we're going to do is set up a table where we are going to put a bunch of x values in and then figure out the corresponding y value based on this. But to make it a little bit simpler, I'm going to solve for y here. So it becomes easier to solve for y for any given x. We have 5x plus 2y equals 20. If we want to solve for y, let's move 5x from the left hand side to the right hand side. So we get 2y equals 20 minus 5x. And then you can divide both sides of this equation by 2. So you divide both sides by 2. The left hand side we just have a y, and then the right hand side we got 10 minus 5 half x. Next, we are going to add some x values and see what the corresponding y values are right here. So we can see that y x 10 minus 5 half x. Now using this, let's just come up with a bunch of x values and see what the corresponding y values are. For x is 0, I will start at x is 0 just because that tends to keep things pretty simple. Sorry. If so, it's just 10 minus 0 is 10. So that gives us the coordinate is 0, 10. When x is 0, y is 10. For x is 2, then let's say that x is equals to, then and then I'm going to pick multiplies of 2 here just so that I get a nice clean answer here. So when x equals 2, then y equals 10 minus 5 half times 5 half times 2, and the 2 in the denominator cancel out with this 2 in the numerator. So it simplifies to 10 minus 5 equals 5. So they tell us the point x 2 and y is 5 for the line. For x is 4, x is 4. Sorry. Let's say when x is 4, then y is 10 minus 5 half times 4. Then divide the numerator by 4, you get 2. So it becomes 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. So we have 4, 0 on our line. And then create the graph based on the values of x and y that we have solved. This is a graph. Okay, next we're going to example 1. The question is, the large of two numbers is equal to 14 more than 3 times the smaller number. Find the smaller number if their difference is 38. The first let first the smaller number. Example is n. Second, the large number is 14 plus 3 times n. So the result is 3n plus 14. And the next, their difference is 38. Then the equation is the large number minus the smaller number is 38. 3n plus 14 minus n equals 38. 3n minus n plus 14 is 38. 2n plus 14 is 38. 2n equals 38 minus 14. 2n equals 24. n equals 24 half. And then the result is n is 12. So the smaller number is 12. We have a result of the smaller number. So proof that the smaller number is 12 using their difference. 3n minus n plus 14 equals 38. 3 the n is 12. So 3 times 12 minus 12 plus 14 is 38. 36 minus 12 plus 14 is 38. 24 plus 14 is 38. So the result is 38 equals 38. Now the result is example 4. Sandy is 4 times as old as Robbie is now. In 10 years, Sandy will be 6 years older than Robbie. So the equation Sandy age equals Robbie age plus 6. So 4x plus 10 equals x plus 10 plus 6. 4x minus x equals 10 plus 6 minus 10. 3x equals 6, x equals 6 thirds, x equals 2. And the third, find out their current age using x. 1. Robbie age. X is 2, and for Sandy age, for x is 4 times 2 equals 8. Find out their age in 10 years. Robbie age, x plus 10 equals 2 plus 10 is 12. Sandy age, 4x plus 10 equals 4 times 2 plus 10. 8 plus 10 is 18. And then so Robbie is 2 years old and Sandy is 8 years old right now. In 10 years, Robbie will be 12 years old and Sandy will be 18 years old. And then we go now example 5. Jessica is 27 years old and Melissa is 21 years old. How many years ago was Jessica twice as old as Melissa? The first, we know Jessica age is 27 years old and Melissa age is 21 years old. Let the number for years in the past is x years ago. X years ago, and the first equation is x years ago for Jessica age is 27 minus x, and Melissa age is 21 minus x. The relationship x years ago was Jessica age is 2 times Melissa age. 27 minus x equals 2 times 21 minus x. 27 minus x equals 42 minus 2x. 2x minus x equals 42 minus 70, 27. So the result x is 5. So x is 15. The number of years in the past is 15. Find out their age 15 years ago using x. First, Jessica age 27 minus 15 is 12. Melissa age 21 minus 15 is 6. So Jessica was twice as old as Melissa is 15 years ago. Example 6. Two cars are traveling on the same highway toward each other from towns that are 150 miles apart. One car is traveling at 60 miles per hour, while the other is traveling at 50 miles per hour. If they started at the same time, how much time to the nearest minute will have passed at the moments when they pass each other? So before we get a question, that's the picture description for the question. Fast car in the left hand and slow car in the right is 150 mile. So let's let the first is total distance equals distance traveled by faster car plus distance traveled by slower car. Let T is time traveled by both cars. Using the relative distance is rate times time for each car, our model becomes 150 equals 60t plus 50t is 110t. T 150 per 110 is 1.363. Convert the decimal part of the hour is 0.37 times 60 is 22.2 minutes. When round off, the answer is 1 hour 22 minutes. Compute the distance traveled by each car to check the answer using the actual fraction of t. 150 per 110 is 15 per 11. For the faster car, the equation is 60 times 15 per 11 is 900 per 11. For the slower car, 50 times 15 per 11 is 750 per 11. So total distance is 900 per 11 plus 750 per 11 is 1650 per 11. The result is 150 mile. That's the result is proven. So thank you very much for your attention and for your watching my video, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.